this is Eric Sloof at the Solutions Exchange. This is VMworld 2014, and I'm joined by Satyam Phagani. Satyam, how are you?
I'm good, thanks for having me, Eric.
So Satyam is the CEO of PernixData, and PernixData is a great company. They are delivering software caching of blocks, but first of all, you are a dinosaur in the virtualization and industry. So you are the inventor of things like VMFS, Vi, Vasa. It's awesome. You have such a big track record.
It's been a good few years for me, but I think most of all, it's also partly because of what people, how people adopted VMware is, once you get that kind of interesting maniacal customer base, you are naturally motivated to do great things for them. So, it was a good 10 years for me out there at VMware.
So PernixData is delivering a software acceleration of your storage. So if you have like old storage and you want to spice it up a little bit, you can put PernixData into the ESXi host, and you can create something like memory caching. But that's not all, isn't it?
No, so we are just getting started. And we have a good start for sure, or at least in my biased opinion. But the bigger picture is that the evolution, the emergence of server-side media, whether it's flash or RAM, or even new things that are going to come up, things like NVDIMMs or PCM devices, which are going to be even faster than flash and probably even cheaper. And so as this evolution goes on in hardware, what we have realized is you need a new storage stack to use that new type of server media. And that storage stack can actually do magnificent things which were previously not possible. And that not possible is a key thing here. It's always interesting to use new things like flash to do things faster or maybe do things cheaper. But I think what is actually truly interesting from an engineering point of view is to do things that were previously not possible, deliver services that only become possible because of the physics of these new types of devices. So that's what we are up to. And in some sense you see us doing that is that we started off with acceleration. It was all flash-based, it was block devices. We were accelerating, like you just said. If you have an existing storage system, we would accelerate it. But now with things like distributed fault-tolerant memory, what we are essentially doing is building those, bigger building blocks which could use any type of server media.
So what you're saying is distributed fault tolerance memory. So you're caching in memory, but not only on one host, because if the host fails, then you will lose some of the content that should be written to disk. So you're distributing it to other hosts in a cluster.
Exactly. And so we would actually stitch together all kinds of memory that you have across ESX servers, and then use it as one cloud of memory. And then we would provide fault tolerance through software. And again, that's something that really excites me is, this whole software-defined storage. I think the real essence of software-defined storage is to actually impart personality on a piece of hardware that it is otherwise not capable of.
Right.
And
so you're talking about workloads like SQL and web servers that go even faster because of this solution.
Exactly. And some of these vendors, it's funny you mentioned SQL, is many database vendors are now actually doing memory-based solutions themselves. But at least our goal is to actually just make it an infrastructure level play. And then if it's an infrastructure level play, then you don't have to worry about which application supports memory or which doesn't. You can just put in every application that you have on top of this memory layer.
Right, so if you do it in the application, you're depending on a solution that is based on one virtual machine, and if you lose that machine, you can lose some content too, but your solution is making it distributed, so it doesn't matter if the application is supporting it, it's in memory caching, and it's fault tolerant.
Exactly. And there's that aspect, the fault tolerance aspect, but there's also the operations aspect, right? As if you are actually managing this whole bunch of memory at the infrastructure layer, then you don't have to worry about what memory is being used by my Oracle and what memory is being used by my SAP HANA instance or stuff like that. You can all kind of look at it, you can assign it at an infrastructure layer in a very fair way between virtual machines. And it's much more fluid that way.
Is it bound to a particular type of storage, or do you use NFS or iSCSI or Fiber Channel? Can you use anything?
It's a very timely question because we just made a product release which now supports all protocols. So it could be NFS storage systems or fiber channel over Ethernet, iSCSI, or even local storage devices, direct attached storage. We can accelerate all of them, any data store.
Okay, so any type of storage is supported. It's cached in memory. The new version, when is it released? Is it at the VMworld?
It was released a couple of weeks ago. And so in some sense, well, it wasn't released at VMworld San Francisco. So this is indeed our coming out party for version 2.0.
Right. If people want to get more information, where can they go to?
Oh, good question. So we are doing some live demos out here at VMworld. And so please stop by the PernixData booth. We are speaking in the Solutions Exchange Theater on Wednesday around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Or in the worst case, if you don't see us here, you can always download a free 30-day trial for FVB and actually see it for yourself in your own environment.
So you can get a free evaluation copy from the website.
For sure.
Okay, Satyam, many thanks for the interview. If you want to spice up your storage, then go to these guys, PernixData. Awesome.